This is a video on how to fix a sticking door. You can see how tight it is at the top. Well, let's go ahead and take off the hinges. I use a nail and a hammer and I tap it up, and the bottom hinge is always the most difficult to get. Now as we move up the door, we'll go to the middle hinge, and you can see the hammer has a lot more swing, so this hinge is a lot easier to get. So just kind of pull it up until you can get your hands on it. Once you've got it, go ahead and pull out the pin. Now the top one, we'll do the exact same thing. So just use the hammer, tap it up, and it's a lot easier to take the pins out than to pull the screws out of the door. So that makes it a lot easier. Now that the pins are out, the door comes right off. We'll take it right out to the porch because we don't want to get sawdust everywhere. We have the sawhorses out, and we'll just set it right on a couple of towels to make sure we don't scratch the door. We're going to use a straight edge because we roughly know how much we want to take off. We're going to take off about a quarter. So I'm going to take and draw a line on it. That way, when I start to cut off the wood, I know that I've got enough. So you can see the line on there. We're going to trim this wood off with an electric planer. And these are real handy for getting these doors to fit just right. So you can see on the side, you can adjust the front plate to be able to determine how much material you're going to take off. And on the handle, you can see the increments. So as you click it, that adjusts the front plate so you can decide how much wood you're going to take off. Now we're ready to cut. So we'll take the planer and we'll just take our time, make sure that everything is nice and square and that we have taken off the right amount of wood so the door will close nicely. And like any tool, there's a learning curve to everything. So you just have to experiment to know how much to take off at a time and how to hold it so you don't put divots into the wood. So I'm going to go ahead and take another pass at it because when I take a look at the pencil line, I can tell I need a little bit more and it's not as square, so I'm cutting a little heavier on the bottom to make sure that I get the entire door square. Now, if you don't have an electric planer, I have used a circular saw plenty of times to do a job like this. Here's a different angle so you can see how I'm taking off the bottom edge of the door just to make sure that it's square and gonna fit right when I get it all put in. Well, it's time to go put the door in and see how we did. So now that we have the door put into place, go ahead and put the pins back in. It's a lot easier putting the pins in than it is taking them out. So go ahead and tap them all in. And let's pull it open. And you can see that's a lot better. Now that we have this project, there's always another one. So you can see this door here drags on the bottom, but the process is the exact same. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up. Thank you.